SEC Sports from the Lacina Siding and Windows Sports Wall.
A few high school contests line the sports wall tonight, but first up, have the Wild turned a corner. Winners of 2 straight, the latter of which featured a hat trick from star forward Kirill Kaprizov. Let's see if they can keep it rolling in a return to home ice. Hosting the Capitals at the X, this was a wire-to-wire scoring party for Minnesota. 3 goals on the board in the third for the Wild when Eriksson Ek extends the lead by getting out ahead of the defense. Wild pulling away. That's Eriksson Ek's 20th lamplighting so far this year. Brock Faber opened up the scoring for Minnesota in this one, while Marcus Johansson added 2 goals of his own. Here, a nice feed into Pat Maroon is deflected by Darcy Kemper, but Minnesota keeps attacking on now. And now Johansson is on hat-trick watch after that one. Gustafsson, meanwhile, had 34 saves on the night, but this deflection is one he'd like to have back. TJ Oshie's tip-in for the Caps. That would cut the Wild lead to 2 goals late. Another goal after that would cut it to 2, but the Wild's lead was too much to overcome in this one. Don't look now, but this team is hitting its form. The 5-3 win gets them back to 500. Now to some college hoops in the Gopher State. The 13th ranked Wisconsin Badgers travel to Williams Arena for a Big Ten showdown against Minnesota. Wisconsin would get an early lead here. Badger guard Chucky Hepburn getting doubled off a screen, so someone's open. That's Nolan Winter for his 1 bucket of the game, gives Wisconsin a 15-point lead. It was a 10-point lead at the intermission when some drop coverage off a ball screen leaves Elijah Hawkins all alone. He'll lead the team with 16 points and 9 assists, but this next bucket you're going to see is insane. Shot clock winding down, throws up a prayer from the logo off glass. All of a sudden, we get a ball game in Minneapolis. This one was back and forth the whole second half. Gophers now with a lead when an errant pass by Hawkins, stolen by Max Klesman, who feeds it ahead to A.J. Storr with the 2-handed flush, and we're tied. Clutch free throws by Wisconsin had them up 2. Minnesota with the miss, and Mike Mitchell's fall-away attempt clanks off the front rim, and that one's gonna hurt. Wisconsin remains the sole one-loss team in Big Ten play so far this season. With the W, Wisconsin head coach Greg Gard becomes the 23rd coach all-time to have 100 in conference wins. To the ice now at the high school level, a pair of teams hitting the road to take on the Mayo Spartans at Graham Arena. Let's get right into the highlights. Let's start you off on the girls' side. Spartans taking on the visitor Cooley region. Score all knotted up at this point when a Claire Simon shot is saved here by keeper Diana Hansen. Keeping those legs in front, it would be more of the same for Madeline Desterdens here. She'll get loose around 2 defenders and an open net, but that is denied as well. Cyclones now going on the attack. Subin Park with an attempt from outside range, but Haley Gertner, who gave up no goals on the night, is in front of it. We're tied still at 0 here until Kaylee Cummings of Mayo sends in a missile that would put the Spartans up for good. Mayo will go on to win 2-0 the final here. Now to the boys' game. Hastings coming down to visit Mayo here, also at Graham Arena. Mayo with an early deficit, but on a break, Joe Berryman follows the leader and cleans up the mess to nod the score up at 1 apiece. Game still tied at 1 when Sonny On gets a good attempt, but Ryan Clemens in goal keeps his whole body in front to keep the score tied. Hastings now on the attack when Brody Carlson's long-range attempt here is going to be denied by Dawson. Had to stand up for that one. Dawson Jestarjins in goal. Still 1-1 after that stoppage. A little later, Hastings breaks through. Sawyer Zaruba from long range. That would put him up 2-1, and it would stay that way. Hastings wins 3-1 over the Spartans. Sticking with Mayo, headed to some high school hoops, though. Big 9 matchup as Owatonna heads east to Spartan territory. Scintillating pace in the first half. Huskies up 5 when Mayo's Ben Haywood comes up with a steal and takes it coast to coast. The Euro jump stop layup cuts the deficit to 3. Game tied now when the closeout is late on Nolan Ginsky going downhill. Weak side help is late as well on the drive, and it's an acrobatic finish for the guard. Huskies up a bucket. Back and forth we go. Weak side defender gets caught on the screen, which gives Will Giamardi a lot of room to knock down a 3 from long range. Spartans retake the lead. Owatonna's Riley Kleberger now gets a switch on the big, and a little hesitation move in the lane leads to an uncontested reverse layup to put his squad back up by a point. Huskies would lead by 8 at one point in the first half, but a Mayo run sparked by this offensive rebound and putback plus a foul for the sophomore Isaac Peterson would start a big run for the Spartans, and that would lead to a 78-61 conference win for Mayo on its home floor. Lastly, a big announcement from earlier today in Major League Baseball. Six-time All-Star and reigning MVP for the Minnesota Twins becomes the third first-ballot Hall of Famer in franchise history. That would be Joe Mauer, of course. The St. Paul native spent all of his 15 years as a pro with the Twins, the team he grew up watching. For a full breakdown of the announcement, head to our website, kttc.com. That'll do it for sports. We'll be right back.